Good morning, dear friend. Before you pick up your phone, before the noise of the world rushes in, before the weight of your responsibilities floods your mind and steals this sacred moment, I want you to pause right here with me, just for a few seconds. Take a slow, intentional breath. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Release the tension you are already holding in your jaw, your neck, your chest. Notice how your body has already begun bracing itself for the day ahead. And make a conscious choice right now to soften, to open, to receive. Whether you woke up this morning feeling hopeful and ready, or whether you opened your eyes to the same crushing weight you carried when you fell asleep last night, I need you to hear something vital before this day goes any further. You are not here by accident. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are seen in the fullness of who you are, known in the depths of everything you carry, and you are deeply, completely, and permanently loved by a God who never grows tired of holding you. A God who does not love you based on your performance. A God who does not withdraw His presence when you are struggling. A God who is not surprised by where you are right now. Maybe today feels overwhelming before it even begins. Maybe you are carrying the weight of a situation that has slowly drained every last ounce of your energy. And you cannot remember the last time you felt truly rested. Maybe you are fighting a battle that no one else around you can see. A quiet and invisible war that takes place in the stillness of your own thoughts, in the early hours of the morning when the house is silent and the fear is loud. Maybe you are grieving something that no one else around you seems to understand. Maybe you are waiting for an answer that has not come. Maybe you are holding on by a thread and wondering how much longer you can keep going. It is so easy to feel utterly alone when the storm is raging all around you. It is so easy to look at the people around you and assume they have it together while you are quietly falling apart. But I want to speak truth directly over your heart this morning. Truth that cuts through the noise and the fear and the exhaustion. You do not have to be strong enough to fix this on your own. You do not have to have all the answers mapped out before you take your first step today. The burden you are carrying was never designed to be carried alone. And more than that, the battle you are facing is not yours to win. The battle belongs to God. This is not simply a comforting phrase. This is the same truth that echoed across the shores of the Red Sea when the children of Israel stood trapped between the rushing water and the approaching army of Pharaoh. They had no strategy. They had no military strength. They had no clear path forward. And yet God looked at His people in their absolute impossibility and said, "Do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which He will accomplish for you today. The Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace." And the waters opened, and the enemy was silenced, and what seemed like a dead end became the very place where God's glory was most fully displayed. That same God is speaking those same words over your life this morning. We spend so much time and energy trying to fight spiritual battles with nothing but human strength. We try desperately to control the things that are far beyond our reach. We carry the weight of tomorrow's uncertainty when God has only given us grace for today. We replay yesterday's mistakes in an endless loop when God has already moved past them. We run worst-case scenarios through our minds at 3 a.m, lying awake in the dark, trying to think our way out of situations that only surrender can solve. And the exhaustion of that cycle is real. The toll it takes on your mind, your body, and your spirit is real. But the Lord is inviting you this morning to do something that feels deeply uncomfortable and yet is the most powerful thing you can do. He is inviting you to step back and let Him step forward. He is your defender when you are under attack. He is your shield when you are surrounded. He is the strong tower you can run to when your own walls have crumbled and your own strength is completely gone. He is not waiting for you to clean yourself up before He helps you. He is meeting you exactly here, exactly as you are, in the middle of the mess and the fear and the uncertainty. If your heart feels fragile this morning, if you are tired of pretending to be strong all the time, if you have been holding everything together on the outside while everything inside is quietly breaking, this prayer is for you. I come before you this morning and I bring everything, my heart, my life, my heavy burdens, my unanswered questions, my deepest fears, and my most desperate hopes. I lay all of it straight at your throne because I have nowhere else to take it and no one else who can truly carry it. Lord, you see the battles I am facing today. You see the obstacles that are standing in my path, the ones I have spoken out loud, and the ones I have kept hidden deep inside where no one else can see. You see every layer of what I am carrying, and you are not overwhelmed by any of it. I thank you that I do not have to face this day alone or unprotected. I thank you that you are my fortress, my deliverer, my refuge, and my strength. This morning, I make a conscious and deliberate choice to surrender. I surrender my fears, my desperate need to control every outcome, my anxiety about the future, and my grief over the past. I place all of it into your capable and faithful hands, and in exchange, I receive what only you can give. I trade my anxiety for your perfect peace that surpasses all human understanding. I trade my exhaustion for your divine strength that is made perfect in my weakness. I trade my confusion for your wisdom that never runs dry. Lord, I ask that you would surround me completely with your protection today. When I face difficult conversations, be my words and my wisdom. When I walk into heavy environments, be the light that goes before me. When I encounter situations that trigger my anxiety and make my heart race, be the steady and unshakable anchor for my soul. I choose to trust, even when I cannot see clearly, that you are going before me into every room I will enter today, making the crooked places straight, preparing the way, and fighting battles that are invisible to my natural eyes. Father, I lift up my mind to you specifically and intentionally this morning, because the enemy does not wait until I am standing in the middle of my day to attack. He whispers his lies before my feet even hit the floor. He plants seeds of defeat before I have spoken my first word of the day. He tries to fill the first quiet moments of my morning with fear about what could go wrong, with shame about what I have done wrong, with dread about what is coming. But today, I refuse to give him that ground. I silence every lying whisper with the truth of your word. I declare boldly that my mind is off limits to the spirit of fear. I declare that I have not been given a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Let every anxious thought bow to the authority of your name. Let every worry fade in the light of your presence, and let your peace stand guard over my heart and my mind through Christ Jesus. I want to stop here and be honest with you for a moment, because some mornings, all the right words still feel hollow. Some mornings you pray and the sky feels like bronze. You speak the truth, but you cannot feel it landing anywhere. You go through the motions and wonder if any of it is reaching heaven at all. And if that is where you are this morning, I want you to hear this clearly. That feeling does not mean God is absent. It does not mean your faith is broken. It does not mean you are doing something wrong. Faith is not a feeling. Faith is a decision you make in the absence of feeling. Faith is getting up again when everything in you wants to stay down. Faith is opening your mouth to pray when your heart is too numb to feel anything. Faith is choosing to believe that God is working even when every visible piece of evidence seems to suggest otherwise. And some of the greatest acts of faith in all of Scripture happen not in the moments of spiritual mountaintop clarity, but in the dark, quiet, painful moments when someone simply refused to let go. Think about Abraham, who waited decade after decade for a promise that seemed biologically impossible. Think about Joseph, who sat in a prison cell after doing everything right, holding on to a dream that seemed to be dying with every passing year. Think about the disciples in the boat during the storm, terrified and soaking wet, while the one who could calm everything slept peacefully just a few feet away. In every one of those stories, the breakthrough did not come when the circumstances changed first. It came when someone chose to trust the character of God more than the cruelty of their circumstances. That is the invitation this morning, not to feel your way into faith, but to choose your way into it. To say out loud if you need to, I do not understand what is happening. I do not know how this is going to work out, but I know who God is, and I choose to trust Him anyway. Father, I pray specifically now for the person reading these words. You know exactly what they woke up carrying this morning. You know the diagnosis they received, the relationship that is fracturing, the financial pressure that keeps them up at night, the dream that feels like it is dying, the prayer they have prayed 100 times without seeing an answer yet. You see all of it, and not one piece of it has slipped your attention. I ask that you give them clarity of mind today where there has been fog. I ask that you give them strength for their body where there has been exhaustion. I ask that you give them peace for their heart where there has been fear. Open doors that no man can shut. Bring provision from sources they cannot anticipate. Restore what the enemy has stolen. Heal what has been broken. And in the middle of it all, draw them closer to you than they have ever been before. Protect them from the lie of isolation. Remind them that they are not alone, not forgotten, not beyond rescue. Surround them with the right people at the right moments. Give them the courage to ask for help when they need it, and the humility to receive it when it comes. And Father, in those moments today when the fear rises and the doubt creeps in, and they feel the familiar pull of anxiety, let them remember this moment. Let them remember that they surrendered this day to you before it even began. Let that remembrance be an anchor. Let it bring them back to peace. Let it remind them of who you are and who they are because of you. This day belongs to you. The battle over health, over family, over finances, over the future, none of it belongs to us. It all belongs to you. And we rest in that truth, not because everything has been resolved, but because you are trustworthy. We rest in it not because the storm has stopped, but because you are in the boat with us. We rest in it not because we are strong enough, but because you are. And that has always been enough. Now go, step into this day fully covered, fully held, and fully loved, not as a victim of your circumstances, but as a child of the Most High God, moving through this world with a quiet and unshakable confidence that the one who holds the universe is also holding you every single step of the way.